History isn't just in books. It's in the wind, the waves, and the land itself. The Philippines, with its thousands of islands, is more than a map of colonial routes. Before Magellan, before the Spanish galleons, there were maps drawn in memory, not on paper, routes charted by seafarers who navigated by stars and currents. Imagine an archipelago alive with interconnected societies, governed, trading, and creating art long before foreign powers arrived. Old Chinese and Arab maps called our islands Mai, famed for honesty and gold. This was a Philippines with its own identity, not yet defined by outsiders. Chieftains, priestesses, artisans, and warriors shaped a world rich with possibility. Our story didn't begin in 1521. That was just a new chapter in an ancient book. To know who we are, we must look beyond the colonial narrative and listen for the stories buried beneath centuries of silence. These tales are messy, mysterious, and far more interesting than the sanitized versions we're taught. Uncovering them is like archaeology of the mind, digging through layers of myth and colonial history to find our true identity. The archipelago has always been a crossroads of cultures, not a single straight line. Our task is to trace these tangled threads back to their origins. Only then can we see the magnificent tapestry of our past. The real story of the Philippines lies just beneath the surface, waiting to be rediscovered. Long before the Spanish, the Kingdom of Butuan thrived in Mindanao, a golden civilization at the heart of Asian trade. Archaeologists have found gold jewelry, death masks, and massive balangay boats, silent witnesses to a glorious past. Butuan's people were master goldsmiths and seafarers, their artistry best seen in the golden tara of Agusan, a 21-carat gold statue linking us to the Srivijayan Empire. Butuan was a cosmopolitan kingdom, respected across the seas, not a footnote in someone else's story. As Spanish power grew, Butuan's legacy faded, its gold coveted, its culture suppressed. The kingdom didn't vanish overnight. It was slowly erased from memory, surviving only in buried treasures and foreign accounts. Rediscovering Butuan shatters the myth of a primitive archipelago. It reveals a people rich in culture, art, and global connections. The gold of Butuan is more than metal. It's proof of a forgotten golden age. It's a call to reclaim the stories of kingdoms that thrived before colonization. Our true history is far richer than we've been told. Our history books spotlight a few heroes, but countless others shaped our nation from the shadows. Sultan Kudarat of Maguindanao united Mindanao's sultanates, fiercely resisting Spanish conquest and preserving independence in the south. Gabriela Silang, more than a revolutionary's widow, led her own army after her husband's death, becoming the first Filipina to lead a revolt. There was Panday Pira, the master cannon maker, and Teresa Magbanua, the Visayan Joan of Arc who fought 3 colonizers. Their stories challenge the Manila-centric view of history. They remind us that the fight for freedom was nationwide, fought by people from all walks of life. These forgotten heroes are woven into the fabric of our nation. To honor them is to see a fuller, truer picture of our past. Our history is not just about the famous, it's about the many who dared to resist. Their courage and resilience live on, even if their names are not on our monuments. The real story of the Philippines is found in these hidden lives. We must remember them. The 1896 revolution wasn't the first uprising. Resistance simmered for centuries. Over 100 revolts erupted across the islands, from the Tondo conspiracy to Dagohoy's 85-year rebellion. These were serious challenges to colonial rule, not minor skirmishes. The Tondo conspiracy, led by native nobility, was crushed before it began, showing the desire for freedom was there from the start. Hermano Pule's Cofradia de San Jose rebellion in 1840, born from a quest for religious equality, ended in massacre, but inspired future nationalist movements. These uprisings are often dismissed as failures, but they kept the spirit of resistance alive. They were lessons in struggle and sacrifice, passed down through generations. The 1896 revolution stood on the shoulders of these earlier struggles. These forgotten rebellions are the silent, bloody chapters that reveal our unrelenting spirit. They show a people who refuse to be completely subjugated. The Philippines' story begins with its first peoples, builders of civilizations in harmony with nature. The Ifugao carved the Banawe rice terraces, a marvel of engineering and community sustained for millennia. These terraces are more than agriculture. They're a living cultural landscape tied to rituals and deep ecological knowledge. In Mindanao, the Taboli dreamweavers create Tanalak, a sacred fabric whose patterns come in dreams, each piece preserving myth and history. Indigenous traditions like boat building, epic chanting, and weaving are living legacies, not relics. They enrich our national identity and hold keys to understanding what it means to be Filipino. These cultures are the roots of our nation, resilient despite centuries of marginalization. Ignoring their history is ignoring our own. Their survival is a powerful story that belongs at the center of our narrative. The Philippines' oldest stories are still alive if we choose to listen. They are the guardians of our heritage. Philippine history is more than a colonial timeline. It's a web of connections reaching far beyond Spain and America. Our Austronesian heritage links us to peoples from Madagascar to Easter Island, explaining shared languages, architecture, and myths across the Pacific. We were part of a great seafaring migration, not a cultural orphan. This perspective shifts our gaze from west to east, rooting us in a vibrant, ancient family. Our ties to China predate the Spanish, with centuries of trade, intermarriage, and cultural exchange. Chinese influence is seen in our food, language, and even family names. These threads reveal the Philippines as an active participant in a dynamic regional network. Our story is not just about being shaped by colonizers, but about shaping and connecting with Asia and the Pacific. Embracing this complexity adds richness to our identity. Filipino identity is not a product of colonialism. It has deep, ancient roots. We have always been open to the world. It's time to weave a narrative that reflects our true place in history. Exploring untold history is a journey of self-discovery. The Golden Kingdom of Butuan, Sultan Kudarat's defiance, the Taboli dreamweavers, these are pieces of who we are. They show a proud, complex heritage that survived centuries of erasure. Knowing these stories changes how we see ourselves and our nation. It inspires pride rooted in our own achievements, not borrowed glory. Our strength comes from many sources: mountains, sultanates, and coastal towns. Our history is a mosaic of cultures and struggles. Uncovering it is ongoing work by archaeologists, linguists, oral historians, and every Filipino who asks questions beyond the textbook. History is a living conversation between past and present. Understanding our past anchors us, giving us strength to face the future. By reclaiming forgotten stories, we build a nation with deep roots. As Claro M. Recto said, our past is the key to our future. We are Filipinos, and our story is ours to tell.